Welcome to my channel. Subscribe. Israel, land of conflict and identity, full continuous script. This is a land unlike any other, sacred to billions and contested by millions. A place where history, faith, and politics collide every single day. This is Israel, a nation born from hope and shaped by decades of conflict. For thousands of years, this land has been at the center of human civilization. Empires have risen and fallen here, leaving behind traces of culture, religion, and power. It is considered holy by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, making it one of the most spiritually significant regions in the world. But with such significance comes deep-rooted tension, as different groups have long claimed this land as their own. In the late 19th century, a political movement emerged in Europe known as Zionism. It was driven by the desire to establish a national homeland for the Jewish people, many of whom had faced persecution for centuries. One of the key figures behind this movement was Theodor Herzl, who believed that a Jewish state was essential for survival and dignity. At that time, the region known as Palestine was under the control of the British Empire following the First World War. In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, expressing support for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. However, this promise would soon lead to growing tensions between Jewish immigrants and the Arab population already living there. As Jewish migration increased, so did unrest. Clashes between communities became more frequent, and the region grew increasingly unstable. The situation reached a turning point in 1948, when the State of Israel was officially declared. Led by David Ben-Gurion, the declaration marked the beginning of a new chapter for the Jewish people. For many, it was the realization of a long-awaited dream, but for the Palestinian population, this moment marked the beginning of a tragedy known as Nakba, meaning catastrophe. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced from their homes, creating a refugee crisis that continues to affect generations. Almost immediately after its creation, Israel found itself at war with neighboring Arab states in the Arab-Israeli War, 1948. This conflict set the stage for decades of hostility and repeated wars in the region. In 1967, another major conflict erupted known as the Six-Day War. In just 6 days, Israel captured significant territories, including the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. These territories would later become central to the ongoing conflict, as questions of occupation, sovereignty, and rights remained unresolved. Over the years, resistance movements began to emerge among Palestinians, leading to uprisings such as the First Intifada. These movements highlighted the frustrations of a people living under difficult conditions, seeking independence and recognition. Despite the violence, there have been moments of hope. In 1993, the Oslo Accords were signed between Israeli and Palestinian leaders, including Yitzhak Rabin and Yasser Arafat. The agreement aimed to create a path toward peace and a two-state solution. For a brief moment, it seemed that reconciliation might be possible. However, peace proved fragile. Violence continued, trust broke down, and negotiations stalled. In modern times, the conflict remains one of the most complex and sensitive issues in global politics. Periodic escalations between Israel and groups, such as Hamas in Gaza, have resulted in loss of life, destruction, and deepening resentment on both sides. Today, Israel stands as a technologically advanced and economically strong nation, yet it remains surrounded by political challenges and ongoing conflict. Meanwhile, Palestinians continue to seek statehood, justice, and recognition on the world stage. This is not just a conflict over land. It is a conflict of identity, history, and human rights. It is a story of pain and resilience, fear and hope, loss and survival.